Welcome to day 4 of NaPoGenMO and NaPoWriMo. And today's prompt is Abecedarian, which means that you use the first letter. And then the first letter that you use, if it's U, then the next in the poem have to be V, and it goes in that pattern. But to add a little twist, I am going to add alliteration so that if it's A's, it will mostly be at A heavy bass line, and then the next line has to be B, and that will be B based. And we're gonna use a Python P5 script. A P5 script that I have used before to make the letters come to life. You're gonna just see it in a moment. And just like what we did in day 3, we're gonna have some abstract sounds from the Colorscape realm just to help give us more sonic visual prompts. As you see in this script, the lines go down, so that's what I wanted to do. I want the other lines to hide in behind. So that's what we're going to be working on in the next minutes or so. Alright, so let's see how we're going to start this. We got to think of the A's. Alright, with the sounds, I got the first line going. So the first line would be alienating authority always advantageous. So as you see, it's just going to flow down. So we're going to try to do this for all 26 letters somehow. Alienating authority always advantageous. Basically, because the basis currently concludes corruption, confidence, cockiness, and collusion. So with the prompt and the music in the background, this is gonna take a very sci-fi type of feel. So on this planet, alienating authority always advantageous, basically because the basis currently concludes corruption, confidence, cockiness, and collusion, determining directional delusions, eating each escape plan exponentially. Hertehina. Al- Alienating authority always advantageous. Basically, because the basis currently concludes corruption, confidence, cockiness, and collusion, determining directional delusions, eating each escape plan exponentially, freedom freezingly fought, gaps growing and glowing. Hertehina happens to hover happily as intertwining ice inhabitants intensifies. Alienating authority always advantageous, basically because the basis currently concludes corruption, confidence, cockiness, and collusion, determining directional delusions, eating each escape plan exponentially, freedom freezingly fought, gaps growing and glowing. Hertehina happens to hover happily as intertwining ice inhabitants intensifies. Alienating authority always advantageous, basically because the basis currently concludes corruptions, confidence, cockiness, and collusion. Determine directional delusions, eating each escape plan exponentially. Freedom freezingly fought, gaps growing and glowing. Horatian happens to hover happily, intertwining ice inhabitants intensifies, jumping, jittering, jotting, and drawing. Kept kindness, love lock latitudinally, making maces beyond meditation, never knowing. Alright, let's see what we got right now. Alienating authority always advantageous, basically because the basis currently concludes corruptions, confidence, cockiness, and collusion, determining directional delusions, eating each escape plan exponentially, freedom frequently fought, gaps growing and glowing, Hertehina happens to hover happily, intertwining ice inhabitants intensifies, jumping, jittering, jotting, and drawing, kept kindness, love locked latitudinally, making matchless maces beyond meditation, never knowing, optically observations, patience, persons, people, pet, panically patient, questions queuing, responses readily reach, reset, songs singing, swimming, slightly slow, teasing, taunting as they test, uniquely unifiers, vouching against various word vomit, worrisome, wormhole, what would you want? X-Men, execution, exercise, exorcism, you zoo. And there we go. We have alliterated, accident, flowing poem. Hope you enjoyed. In the post below, you shall see the actual poem being done, and as well as any link that is related to this. And thank you once again to IS Sakala for these prompts. And let's hope day 5 is good.